Hello, 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 hello. I'm sure y'all can tell that I am outside, and you can probably hear the cicadas behind me. They're not flying around because they're not really over here, um, but you can probably hear them in the background. I just came from my walk with my walking group. On Tuesdays, I do a program with some lovely people out at War Memorial with the Arthritis Foundation's Walk with Ease program, just to keep moving our bodies and to be our healthy, best selves. So, a couple things I want to talk about today. Um, First of all, I haven't been on for a while. And do y'all know that it's okay to just rest? Like, I had all these plans for what I was going to do in May and all the things I was going to talk about. And at the end of the day, hey, Crystal, at the end of the day, the Lord was like, I just need you to rest, because I had been going and going for some weeks, and the Lord was like, I just need you to rest. So I have been resting for the last couple weeks, and I've had some people ask me like, hey, are you still doing videos? And yes, but from the very beginning, I had said that, as the Lord leads, I will go. And so he told me to rest, and so I rested. And so now I feel a little bit more refreshed. So in May, I was talking about mothers, and I still have some things to talk about mothers, but we're in June. So June, I'm going to be talking about fathers, and I'm going to touch a little bit on that today. So first thing I wanted to talk about today was, if you follow me or you're friends with me, you know that today is my father's birthday, and this is also the day that my mom passed away 26 years ago. Well, I just want to tell you how the Lord can heal you from your hurts, because last year I did a video when I was at the cemetery visiting my mother, and I thought I did that video like 3 years ago, and it came up in my memories today, and I was like, Lord, that was just last year? But that's how much, hey, Tweety, that's how much the Lord has healed me and healed what was going on in my spirit, especially concerning my mother. So if you give something to the Lord, he will take it and just erase it from your memory, because I thought it had been done so many years ago, and it was just last year. And in the last year, he completely transformed my mind and my heart and how I feel about my mother. And so I just encourage you to give your hurts, give your trials, hey, Minister Levon, all the way from Jamaica, give all your trials, give everything to the Lord, and he will cast it into the sea of forgetfulness, because not only did he heal all those things, all those emotions I was feeling about my mother, but he put it so far away. Yes, Sissy Raven, like it never happened. So it's so far removed from me right now that today was a different kind of day for me. I used to have days, this day used to be really difficult. And today I can sit up and I can rejoice. Hey, cousin Cheryl, I can rejoice on this day because, yes, this is my dad's birthday. Yes, this is the day that my mother passed. But guess what? I'm grateful for my parents. I no longer hold those things against them that I was holding against them. God allowed me to just completely forget those things and remember the good things about my parents. Remember, the vacations and the things that they taught me and the wisdom that they shared with me. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, is that, I'm completely free from the angst and all the unforgiveness that I had towards my parents. I'm completely free from that. And so I do praise the Lord for that, because that has helped me with my complete and total healing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that, like I said earlier, May I was talking about mothers. June I'm going to talk about fathers. I'm still going to talk about mothers a little bit, but I can look back, right? And when I was younger, I had a really good relationship with my father. He was my hero. And then circumstances happened. And again, if you know me, if you watch my lives, I didn't talk to my dad for 10 years. There was a period of time where I didn't talk to my dad for 10 years. Critical years in my life. Thank you, cousin. Critical years in my life where I did not talk to my father. But I needed my father. Hear me when I say this. Critical years in my life where I didn't talk to my father, but I needed my father, right? I stopped talking to my dad when I was 15 years old, and I didn't talk to him again until I was like 25. 10 critical years in my life. Why do I say that? Because that's when I was discovering who I was as a young woman. That's when I was discovering who I would be connected to, right? What I should be looking for in a man, right? My father should have been that example, should have been pouring into me, telling me, how beautiful I was, how I could do anything in the world, that I didn't have to settle for some of the people that I settled for in my life. I needed my father in my life. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because there has been a narrative that has been perpetrated and pushed that we as women, right, can do it all, that we can be father, mother, everything. I was a single mother. I couldn't be a father. I couldn't. You know why? Because that's not who I was created to be. I was created to be a mother. I wasn't created to be a father. I have a son. I can mother him, but I can't father him. So I'm saying all this because sometimes as women, we don't understand the value of having fathers in our children's life. And I can look back now and say, you know what, I wish my mother had done more to heal the relationship with my father. I wish my father had done more to heal our relationship prior to when we did get our healing, because I needed my father. And I often think that perhaps if I had had my father, I wouldn't have chosen some of the men that I chose in my life, because they were a complete opposite of what my father was. But I didn't have him during that critical time. I didn't have him during those moments when I was saying, this guy is interested in me. And I didn't have my father saying, daughter, you deserve better. Daughter, you were created for better. So I want to just say that we as women have to stop thinking that we can do it all. We can mother. That's what we were created to do. That's what we were created to do. And I used to tell my son, I can teach you how to be a man or how to be a young man, but I don't know what it's like to be a man. I don't know what's going on in your body. I don't know what's going on in your mind. I don't know the situations that you face as a man. And I especially don't know what you face as a young black man. So I can't speak to that. I can speak to my experience as a black woman, but I can't speak to my son's experience as a young black man. I can't, there were situations, there was a time my son came home. And I don't know why the Holy Spirit has me going here, but there was a time that my son was out playing basketball with his friend, and they were stopped by a police officer in middle school, questioned on the street, because the police were looking for somebody who had robbed a Dollar General all the way across town. And in middle school, for that to happen to my son, I could mother him, but I didn't know what that experience was like as a young black boy. So he needed his father to walk him through that, right? And I haven't always had the best relationship with my children's father, but he has to father my son. My husband that I'm married to now, he has to father my son. Why? Because I'm a mother. Yes, my cousin is saying, I believe everything happens for a reason, but God is there through it all. You made it through with the grace of God. Yes, I did. And through the grace of God, he allowed me to heal my relationship with my father. So at 25, I got my relationship back with my father. And we were able to have talks and discussions and find out that we really thought a lot alike. But I missed out on 10 years of fathering. So I just implore you that if you're having issues, co-parenting, work it out, because at the end of the day, it's not about us as parents. It's about our children and the needs of our children and what our parents and what our children need to become healthy and whole adults, right? Because, I'm still working through some stuff. It wasn't until I got into my 40s and 50s that I figured some stuff out from when I was 15. those hurts and those pains. So it's not even about us. It's about the kids. It's about what's best for the kids. You don't have to get along. And I'm not saying you got to break bread with each other, but you have to work together so that your children can be healthy adults. Let me say that again. You got to work together so that your children can be healthy adults. Focus on the needs of your children and take yourself out of the equation. And I guarantee you that in 20 or 30 years, your children won't be coming back to you hurting and in pain and broken because maybe they didn't have their mom in their life. Maybe they didn't have their dad in their life. Not because they didn't want to be, but because you didn't like them. Because you got an issue with them. See, what I came to find out was that my dad never stopped loving me. He never stopped caring about me. He never stopped checking on me. But because there were barriers between my parents, it created a rift between me and my father. Right? So just fix those relationships, right? If you got a co-parent, just co-parent. If you need a mediator, get a mediator. Get somebody who can help you have peace so that your children can live and grow up in peace. Because if we say that we love our children, then we have to love them enough to make sacrifices and maybe have relationships with people that we often don't agree with or don't even like. But it's for the health of our children that we do these things. So that was the other thing that I wanted to talk about. And then maybe the last thing that I wanted to share was that in the month of July, hey, Ellen, in the month of July, I am going to be hosting a Bible study on Saturday mornings. And this is something that the Lord told me to do. It's going to be live and in person. So it's going to be Bible study. Thank you, Cousin Cheryl. Wow. That's going to get me all choked up. On Saturdays in July, I'm going to be holding a Bible study. It's going to be a combination of short Bible study and moving with purpose. Why? Because in order to be our best whole selves, we have to be healthy in mind, in spirit, emotion, physically. Okay, so a cicada just jumped on me and I freaked out a little bit. So we have to be healthy in mind, body, spirit, physically, everything. So I'm going to be having short Bible study, and then we're going to move. We're going to walk. We're going to do whatever. And I want to meet at different locations. So if you are interested, if you know somebody that would be interested, shoot me an email and I'll send more details. I'm going to put a flyer and post a flyer when I get off the live. You can shoot an email to IamNicoleABailey@gmail.com, and I will send you some more information. The spots are going to be limited because, again, this is going to be a small group, and I still want to be safe. So it's not going to be like 20 people. It's going to be a small, intimate group of people that want to come together to dig into the Word a little bit and move their body. So I'll be posting the flyer. I'm also going to be sharing my live from last year where I talked about just how I came to a place of peace and forgiveness with my mother. So I thank you all for tuning in. You can see it's hot. It's hot out here, and I don't like being out in the heat. But again, movement is important, and so is vitamin D. So I'm soaking up a little vitamin D. I'm getting a little exercise today. So I love you too, cousin. Go to the page after the live, and I'll be posting the information. If you know somebody that you think could use a little movement and use a little word in their life, then go ahead and refer them to the page. And also, if you have not signed up for my YouTube channel is Nicole A. Bailey. It's on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to all my stuff. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. I have a website. If you haven't done those things, just go ahead and stop by, visit, and encourage somebody and share it. Share it with somebody. If you are encouraged by what I post, by what I write, share my page, share my posts, and just tell somebody about me. So that's all I have for tonight. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Look out for the cicadas. They're everywhere, everywhere. They say this is the worst week, and by the end of the month, I think they're gonna be gone. So be safe, be careful, and most of all, be whole for real. I love you guys. Take care. Have a great night.